Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be continuing What If Naruto Was Full Uzumaki. So, I'm gonna pick this up right where I left it off. So, Sakura's taking all this, on the chin. And she's kind of thinking, she's kind of, putting herself, she's trying to put herself in Naruto's position. I'm gonna say in this one, she's much more self-aware than in the canon. She's not just blatantly making fun of Naruto. That one little prank that she pulled kind of screwed her whole little, Because I'm gonna say after that prank, after that, her trying to make fun of him or whatever, after that, nobody really talked to her. And then everybody started talking to her again after they thought, Naruto was good, but obviously he wasn't. Anyway, so she's taking everything to face value because what she did to Naruto was pretty bogus, and if she was in Naruto's position, she would be sad too. So I'm gonna say Karin, Sasuke, and Naruto they disappear, and no, I'm gonna say Karin and Sasuke leave. And I'm gonna say Naruto's just he's walking off because I'm gonna say they use that their little stamp vanish move, whatever, body flicker. They use body flicker, and Naruto just likes to walk around, but they like to get places faster. So yeah, I'm gonna say Sakura tries to walk up to Naruto, and Naruto just blatantly ignores her. And then she asks him, "Why are you ignoring me?" And Naruto turns around and tells her, let's see. First off, why don't you like me? And she was like, what do you mean? Why don't I like you? He's like, why don't you think of me as someone that you can trust, as someone as a friend? And then she was gonna answer, and I'm gonna say Naruto was like, oh wait. Is it because I'm the Nine Tails? Yeah. Sounds about right, right? The same thing that destroyed some of the village. Interesting fact, though, if the Nine Tails wasn't sealed inside of me, it would have destroyed the entire village, and you wouldn't even have had parents because you wouldn't have been alive. And Naruto was like, and with that being said, I think I'm gonna leave now. And I'm gonna say he uses body flicker. And she stayed I'm gonna say Sakura just left the thoughts, and Kakashi was like, damn, that was harsh, Naruto. And then she turns around, and Kakashi was like, oh shit, my fault. And then he body flickers away too. And Naruto basically tells, I'm gonna say he body flickers into near his house, to the front of the Uzumaki compound, and and he halfway, he's walking through there, the town or whatever, little compound area, through the main street, and all he hears, because mind you, there's only 3 of them living in there right now. Well, technically 2, but Kani never goes home, so basically 3. So Naruto never really so even though I'm tripping over my words. Naruto's walking through the village, walking through the compound, and all he hears is Karin yelling at Sasuke, and Sasuke telling her to shut up. And he hears a third voice, which is, I'm gonna say, is Sakura. Now you might be asking, how did Sakura get there before Naruto? I'm gonna say she ran, because I don't give a fuck. And y'all might also be saying, oh, body flicker is faster than running. Yeah, but Naruto doesn't use body flicker a lot, so he body flickered somewhere else before he got to the Uzumaki compound. Yeah, to fuck up. Anyway, so Naruto gets to the house, and he hears him, and Karin was like, why is she here? And Sasuke's like, I don't know, she said she had to talk to Naruto. And why are you yelling at me? Yell at her, don't talk to me. You talking to me like I'm gonna fold you. And Karin was like, well, if you wanna fight, bro, we can go. And Naruto walk in the house like, I swear to God, if y'all break something here, I'm gonna beat both y'all. and Sasuke's like, bro, you know that's not happening. And I'm gonna say Kaiden look at Naruto and was like, well, you have a visitor. And Naruto looks off to the side and sees it's Sakura. But he doesn't acknowledge her. Like, he looked over there and just looked away. He's like, anyway, what y'all want to eat? And Kaiden just goes with it. And Sasuke's like, so you really not just, like, yeah, what you did was wrong, but, like, you're not just going to acknowledge? Like, you just can't. Like, you just going to leave her sitting right there? Like, fam, she brought a bag with her. Naruto looks back over there and he's like, anyway, what do y'all want to eat? And Sasuke's like, you don't see her? And Naruto's like, so no, right now all I see is a useless piece of trash that doesn't know how to shut her mouth. And don't know right from wrong. And don't know when to hop off of a bandwagon. That's what I see. That's what I'm staring at right now. So until that can change, that's all I see, and that's all I will ever see. And he faces back and looks at Kainen and is like, Kainen, since Sasuke is refusing to answer the question, what do you want for dinner? And Kainen answers the same thing all the time, ramen, because Naruto likes ramen. So they go out to the ramen shop, and Naruto looks back over there and was like, are you coming? Yes or no? You don't have an option. Either you come or you don't. If you don't, you're not eating. And if you come, you better not fall behind. Because we will leave you. And like Sakura gets up. I'm gonna say, okay, so here's what happened. This is why Sakura's there with the bag. So Sakura went home and asked their parents why they hate Naruto. And they gave her, this elaborate speech about how he's the Nine Tails and he's not to be trusted. And I'm gonna say she asked him like, yo, but he doesn't act like the Nine Tails. And I'm gonna say they were screaming and yelling at her, talking about looks are deceiving. And I'm gonna say she was like, well, he's pretty kind if he gets known. Then they looked at her like, oh, you've been possessed by the Nine Tails, and kicked her out the house. So that's how she's there with the bag. So basically, she's homeless right now, which is why she's at Naruto. Like, why she went to Naruto instead of like anybody else. So Naruto basically like notices that she's not really talking, and Naruto looks at Kainen and basically like nudges his head over there. And then Kainen was like, I'm not finna talk to her. Like, what do I look like? And Sasuke was like, alright, I guess I can see what's going on. Yo, and he looks at Sakura, and Sakura looks up, and Kainen and Naruto walk up to where they can't hear the conversation, because Naruto's just gonna hear it later. And he basically asks, Sasuke asks Sakura, like, what's wrong with you? And Sakura doesn't answer him. So basically, the entire time Naruto and Sasuke walked up, Naruto and Kainen was up, like, walking ahead of them. The conversation was literally just, what's wrong with you? You good? You good, fam? You okay? Hello? Earth to you. Now, given a lot of y'all might be like, well, if Naruto sees Sakura like this, why don't Sasuke do? Because Naruto helped Sasuke get out of his little emotional slump. But now Naruto's in one, kind of. And, well, he's not anymore. He just don't fuck with Sakura at this right now. So, yeah. And I'm gonna say, like, Naruto and Kainen, like, walk back. Because, like, it don't seem like the conversation went anywhere. And I'm gonna say, like, they look over and they see Sakura's parents. And I'm gonna say Sakura looks up and looks over. And they look at her. They, like, immediately just start walking in the other direction. And Naruto stops and was like, yo, ain't them your parents? why you ain't with them? And she like, I'm gonna say, she starts like to cry a little bit. Because she didn't want to get kicked out the house, but she wanted to know why they, hated Naruto. They may not have hated him in canon, but I'm going to say they hated him in this. So, Naruto basically, like, looks over. And I'm going to say he walks over there to him. He asks him, yo. Like, Naruto don't like Sakura, but he don't like to see people cry. So I'm going to say he walks over there and asks him, yo, why is she crying? And why is she not talking? And they basically started screaming nine tails and stuff like that. And I'm going to say a couple of Jonin appear. And like a couple of Jonin run over there. And Naruto's like, I'm just trying to ask them a couple of questions because their daughter's over there crying for no reason, from what I understand. And now, first, Naruto is cool with Karin. Karin is cool with Hinata, which I'm going to say makes him cool with the whole Hyuga clan. I'm going to say because Naruto, messed with Hinata's father on a more personal level. Naruto's been learning a couple jutsus from him, I'm going to say. He can't learn the Hyuga. Oh, I just gave that in. I'm gonna make Naruto a little bit overpowered. Anyway, yeah, long story short, Naruto messed with the whole Hyuga clan, right? So, that's an idea that I shouldn't use, but I'm using anyway. Okay, so like, I'm gonna say the Jonin, like, they're not even paying attention to Naruto, and Sasuke look over there, and he see it, and I'm gonna say Sasuke looks at Sakura and was like, yo, what's going on here? And Sasuke listens in on a conversation, like, Sasuke and Kaine listens in on the conversation, and Sakura kind of, like, after they start yelling at this Nine Tails is, possessing our daughter, or he is hypnotizing her or some shit like that, got underneath the genjutsu, she kind of just runs off, like, just runs back toward Naruto's house. I'm gonna say she remembered the way, which is why she was also walking so slow. But she was walking slow but fast enough to keep up with them. So, yeah, she kind of runs back. And I'm going to say Karin was like, she doesn't have a key. I guess I can go with her. And Karin kind of chases her. And I'm going to say, like, Naruto starts to get, like, quote-unquote bullied by the Jonin. Now, Naruto, to be honest, he can fight Jonin. He could probably take out one of the 3 Jonin that's there. But he doesn't want to because they're Hidden Leaf Shinobi, and he doesn't want to prove them right. So a couple of minutes pass by, he's just dodging their attacks. Like a couple of seconds, I'm sorry, not minutes. A couple of seconds pass by and he's just dodging attacks. And I'm gonna say Hinata's dad, and I'm gonna say like a couple of other Hyuga elders was like they was on their way to go talk to Naruto about something special. But didn't work out that way. So Naruto basically, like, they was walking past and they heard Naruto's voice. So Hinata turns and looks and she sees Naruto. She sees Naruto over there basically getting bullied by some Jonin. And I'm gonna say Hinata's dad walks over there and was like, yo, what you think you're doing? And they look over and they see, oh, they're like, wait a minute, hold on. Why is he here? And Naruto's like, oh, what's up? And dude was like, Naruto, we gotta talk to you. But I want to know what they're doing. And he was like, oh, see what had happened was I was trying to ask one of my teammates' parents some questions. They started screaming Nine Tails, and you know the Jonin came, didn't want to hear my side of the story. They started pushing. Well, they started trying to hit on me, so I was dodging their attacks. And Naruto, no. Hinata's father was like, well, that's interesting. Now, from my perspective, what I saw was Naruto getting bullied by Jonin. Now, what y'all fail to realize is, I'm gonna say they knew, yeah, because everybody knew. What I'm gonna say, like, he basically implied, like, what y'all fail to realize is, if Naruto was fully engulfed by the Nine Tails, do you really think he would sit here and let y'all touch on him like this? Couldn't he just turn into the Nine Tails and blow the whole village to smithereens? Like, y'all ever thought about that? Like, don't he just, you know, go ape crazy and just wipe out the entire village? Ever thought of that? Okay, just had to make sure. And he basically grabs Naruto and he looks at Sasuke. Naruto's like, hey, yo, I'm gonna go with them. You can come if you want to, but I'm gonna go with them. I want to see what, you know, I want to see what they what's up. Like, what's up with that? And I'm gonna say, Minato was cool with Hinata's dad. And Minato set up something for Naruto when he was born, just in case anything happened. I'm gonna say Minato had a friend that was a Hyuga, and the Hyuga, there was like, he basically saved the Hyuga. The Hyuga was grateful, and the Hyuga said when he died, it was gonna like die off. He would, you know, give Minato his eyes. Ooh, that's interesting. It's baddie key. Anyway, so yeah. So, Naruto get there, and he's reading a scroll. And I'm gonna say the dude on his deathbed. So, like, now Naruto's feel like he's obligated to take the eyes. And Sasuke, like, I'm gonna say they let Sasuke in the room, too. And Sasuke's like, damn. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Naruto was like, bro, like, why? And the dude, I'm gonna say the dude woke up. I'm gonna say he had a unique disease that made his Byakugan develop past what it was supposed to be too. So when Naruto gets it, which is why Minato saved him on the battlefield from his own, like, fuck. Okay, let me just put this in story for you. So when Minato saved him, it was because his chakra pool wasn't big enough to use the stage of the Byakugan that he was using. I would say his Byakugan has 3 stages, kind of like the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. But it like just more veins pop up every time he like uses it on his like the side of his face. But in the third one, like his eye kinda, I don't know. Yeah, just more veins pop up. So like the scroll basically explains everything, because I'm gonna say Minato wrote in it too. And like the scroll detailed like he has a disease that's eventually gonna end up killing him. And if I don't, you know, get his eyes, if you don't get his eyes, you know, if you have a child, maybe he can have them or she can have them, stuff like that. Or they, plural, they, is in 2, because you know niggas don't got 4 or 7 eyes growing out their heads. Anyway, so Naruto basically Naruto agrees, and I'm gonna say Neji was like, alright, bet. And I'm gonna say the third Hokage kind of oversaw the matter as well. So he sent a couple of Anbu there to make sure, like, you know, nobody like Danzo or anything, you know, interrupted the procedure, so they had to put Naruto. I'm gonna say they put Naruto underneath a deep genjutsu, and the dude the same. So when they got transplanted into Naruto, I'm gonna say like a day or two passed, and in this day or two, I'm gonna say Sasuke went back to the Uzumaki compound to talk to Sakura and Karin. And in that time, I'm gonna say Sakura was able to like open up and tell him like what was going on. And Karin kind of gained some respect for her. So did Sasuke. So I'm gonna say over like the course of those 2 days, Sasuke wasn't training with her, but I'm gonna say Karin was training with her because they're kind of both Kunoichi. So it would make sense that two Kunoichi was training together. So Naruto in those 2 days, Naruto wakes up from the genjutsu, and he sees like things in a different way. Like his eyes, he can see what Hyuga can see. And I'm gonna say Hinata's dad walks in the room and tells Naruto, for like the time being, you should stay here so we can teach you how to activate them, and stuff like that. And Naruto agrees, and he looks over, and the dude is smiling because he can't see anything anymore, but like he's smiling, and like his thing goes beep, and he dies. I'm gonna say he was holding on. Like the only thing that was keeping him alive was the fact that he made that promise to Minato, and he didn't want to give up without fulfilling his promise, which kind of drew some tears to Naruto, because like he never got to meet his dad, but he knew from what he hears, his dad was a pretty cool person, and his mom was rich. So yeah. So like everybody, I'm gonna say Sasuke goes back to the Hyuga part of the village or compound, the Hyuga compound, and sees that Naruto's up and moving, but he's training with Neji, and Neji's not holding back. He's beating on Naruto, but Naruto's like he's learning the ropes, kind of like the Hyuga thing. And when he's not training with Neji, he's training with Hinata to try to get her better. And since Hinata's way better than Naruto with the Byakugan right now, she's beating on him too. But I'm gonna say like every other 3 or 2 days, Naruto, Sasuke come by to see Naruto, and he sees Naruto like drastically improving. And then it's not even like a fair fight when he tries to fight certain people. Like I'm gonna say there's some other Hyuga that train Naruto. Yeah. So within the span of I'm gonna say 3 weeks. Kakashi was also made aware of this, so it wasn't like Kakashi was just sitting in the dark. So now Naruto has the Byakugan. That's the only thing I'm gonna give him. Leave me alone. Also, I lied about the 3-stage thing. It's just the basic Byakugan. I don't know why I tried to make it more strong than what it already is. It's kind of overpowered anyway. So yeah. Sorry about that. Then he has the 9 tails, so like there was really no point. So Naruto basically, like he finds out how to turn it on and off, but he realizes like when he does it, his eyes don't go back to like the blue that you see in the picture. It's still white. And no, I'm not gonna change the picture. Yeah. And I could just color in the eyes if that'll look weird, because I'm not like, yeah. Anyway, so Naruto basically, like, I'm gonna say like within those 3 weeks, Naruto is somewhat on par with Neji, and Hinata is like just right behind Neji in Naruto. So Naruto set up a schedule with the Hyuga clan. The Naruto comes by every I'm gonna say 2 weeks. No, every week Naruto comes by for a training session. So that way it's not like Naruto just took the eyes and ran. So yeah, Naruto goes back to the Uzumaki compound and he looks around and he sees okay, something's changed. And he looks, I'm gonna say he gets to the house and he's like, yo, I'm back. Hello. And no one's there. He uses it, I'm gonna say he uses the Byakugan to see if anyone was there. And no one was there. So he's like, oh, they must be out getting groceries or something. Long story short, they were on a mission. And you would probably know what this mission is. It's the Zabuza mission. And I'm gonna say Naruto's Byakugan reaches really far because I'm gonna say as far as his his sight go, as big as his chakra pool is, he can see for miles. So I'm gonna say he sees I'm gonna say he sees Kakashi and them on the mission. So Naruto's I think I can make it. I'm gonna say they just left, so they're not that far from the village. Plus Tazuna's not a ninja, so they have to walk. So yeah, I'm gonna say Naruto jumps down from the tree. And Sasuke looks over and is it's about time, you Hyuga brat. And Naruto looks over who the fuck is you talking to? Bro, are you kidding? Hyuga brat? That was your best comeback? That was your best insult? And Sasuke was yeah, whatever. Anyway, Hyuga boy. And Naruto was call me that shit again, and we gonna have problems. And Sasuke's alright, bro, relax, damn, shit. Naruto, Uzumaki channel. And Naruto's okay, I see how it is. I'm gonna say Tazuna tries to insult Naruto, he goes and tries to insult Naruto for being late or whatever, but Naruto blatantly ignores him and starts talking to everybody else. And I'm gonna say Tazuna looks at Kakashi and was why isn't he listening to me? And Kakashi's huh? Oh, sorry, Naruto has an immunity to bullshit talkers like you. And Tazuna was wait, the fuck did you just say to me? And Tazuna, and I'm gonna say Kakashi, I meant to say Kakashi. If I said Itachi, my fault. Kakashi was well, what I meant to say was he has no time for bullshit talkers like you. You better off just keep moving. I'm gonna say Naruto was you know what? I should go. We should just leave him here. And it was why? Naruto was cause it's a lame ass mission. And Sasuke was yeah, I thought I was gonna be getting shot at or something. Ain't nothing funny going on over here. It ain't fun. I ain't getting no kunai thrown at me. It's a bullshit escort mission. And Tazuna was well, it doesn't matter. You took the job. It's your fault. And Naruto was well, technically, we can just leave you here. And you can walk back by yourself and die. And Tazuna was what do you mean? He was oh, you don't recall, getting, I don't know, shit. I'm gonna say before Naruto landed in front of them, jumped down from the tree, I'm gonna say he jumped ahead of them using his Byakugan and stop the twin demon blade brothers or whatever the fuck they are from doing like what they wanted to do, which was kill Tazuna. So Naruto was like, oh, so he don't remember, you know. And I'm gonna say he got some information from them too. He's like, oh, so you didn't write down in the report that, you know, you were being hunted by mercenaries. And Kakashi's like, wait, the fuck? What? Huh? I'm confused. What? And he basically tells Kakashi, like, Tazuna looks over and tells Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, nah, nope, I ain't not got time for this. But before, like, they can, like, turn around and do anything, Naruto's like, yeah, we should, he was like, yeah, we should duck. And I'm gonna say Kakashi was like, wait, what? Why are we, and he senses it, and he basically ducks. And I'm gonna say, like, Naruto basically tells Kanin and Sakura to look after Zabuza. I mean, not Zabuza, Tazuna. So, yeah, the fight, it kind of goes to canon, I could say. Yeah. No. Yeah, no. Okay, so here's what happens. Like, Zabuza comes and picks up the blade, talk like what it was in canon. Naruto and Sasuke in tandem activate their eyes, so, yeah. Hold on. So, in the middle of that, I'm gonna say, like, Kakashi tells him to stay back, and he uses his Sharingan. And Tazuna was like, wait, what? And Zabuza, I'm gonna say, like, he uses water dragon jutsu. And, like, I'm gonna say Zabuza wasn't able to finish his because Naruto, I'm gonna say, threw a kunai at him, which forced him to dodge it, which meant Kakashi finished his first, and it hit Zabuza, which triggers Haku to step in. And in the middle of that, I'm gonna say, like, those three senbon or whatever get thrown at him so he could, you know, quote unquote die. But Haku clearly sees that that's not gonna work because there's one person here with a Byakugan, which is Naruto, and they can sense chakra. So he knows that trick's not gonna work. So he I would say he basically, like, just grabs Zabuza and tries to run off. I said Zabuza. I don't know what the fuck I just said. I meant to say Zabuza, by the way. So he, like, gets Zabuza and tries to run off, but Naruto, I'm gonna say, is chasing Haku. Now, Naruto he is relatively fast because of the seals that I put on him at the beginning in the first episode. Well, in the first part. But yeah. So, Naruto basically tells him, like, you're not gonna get far carrying the. I'm gonna say, yeah, because Naruto did his research on almost every other jutsu and things like that. He's kind of like he's well informed for his age. That's what I'm saying. He's well informed. So he I'm gonna say like they start chasing him, and flash over to Tazuna. Tazuna was like, well, why aren't y'all two going? And Kanin turns around and was like, well, if we go, we'll leave you open, and that means you'll die, and we'll fail the mission. And Sakura was like, yeah, so just shut up and stay here. And I'm gonna say Kanin looks over and was like, wait, you talking to me? And Sakura was like, no, I was talking to him. And she was like, oh, girl, listen. Oh, I was gonna beat you. And Sakura was like, yeah, that's debatable. And Connie looks over and was like, okay, you think it's debatable when your bitch ass chocolate pool run out? Just because you got perfect chocolate control don't mean shit. And yeah, I'm going to say Sakura's like, you know what? You can handle that later. And Connie was like, indeed we will. Indeed we will. So, Naruto, like, I'm going to say, what did he do? Yeah, he basically tells him, like, he tells Haku, like, you're not going to get very far with the Executioner's Blade and Zabuza's body, because the Executioner Blade weighs just about as much as a human's body. And Haku, I'm going to say Haku was in his mind, like, damn it, he's right. We're not going to get that very far. And at this point in time, Naruto, I'm gonna say, puts chakra in his feet and jumps ahead of them, like, completely ahead of them. And I'm gonna say he uses his shadow clones to kind of, like, corner Haku. And basically, like, in the middle of that, he basically tells Haku, like, yo, you can surrender, and that'll be that. Like, you can surrender, and this will be over relatively quickly. You can, just come back to the Leaf Village. And Haku stops and looks behind him and sees Kakashi and Sasuke and a whole bunch of Naruto shadow clones. And he looks in front of him and sees Naruto and a whole bunch of Naruto shadow clones. And he knows that, like, he can't really outrun them because Naruto has the Byakugan. And there's two people with the Sharingans behind him. And, like, 5,000 shadow clones with the Byakugan. So, at this point in time, he's like, bro, what am I supposed to do? And I'm gonna say Naruto's like, it's simple. Come back to the Elite Village. And I'm gonna say, like, Naruto basically tells him, like, yo, I got my own part of the Elite Village. Like, I have my own, like, compound area. Like, ain't nobody gotta know y'all there. Y'all can stay in there. Basically just telling him, like, they basically gonna be Naruto's mercenaries. Like, his little bodyguards of sorts. And I'm gonna say Haku agree. And I'm gonna say Naruto gives him, like, a key to, like, one of the houses. And I'm gonna say Haku kind of takes Zabuza there. Now I might be asking, why didn't Zabuza get up? Because I don't know how Zabuza got up, but I'm gonna say Haku needs to remove the Senbon from his neck in order for, like, his pressure points or whatever the fuck he hit to, like, stop. Or it's, like, start for him to look around and move again. So Haku gets there. And he's basically like, I wonder if he was lying. And he uses the key on the door, and the door opens. And he puts Zabuza down and, like, removes the Senbon. And Zabuza gets up and was like, alright, let's go kill him. And I'm going to say, for the first time, Haku kind of speaks his mind. Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. He speaks his mind and Zabuza listens for the very first time. Which also kind of changes Zabuza's thinking, per se. So, yeah, Zabuza wants to talk to Naruto. Like, because he knows that Naruto talk. He know that Haku talked to Naruto, but he doesn't want, he wants to talk to Naruto to see what he thinks. So they're on their way, and they still run into all, like, little people, little bandits and shit. And Naruto basically tells Naruto basically tells him, like, yo, y'all might as well just, y'all should move. And they basically all just start laughing. And Naruto uses like his shadow clone jutsu. Now, mind you, Naruto is strong for his age, but he's not as strong as a full-grown fucking man. So it's gonna take, I'm gonna say, like 2 shadow clones for each person. I'm gonna say there's about 1,000. No, like relatively like 100 or so people with that one dude, which forces Naruto to use, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just give a small number, like 600 clones. So I'm gonna say Naruto like uses shadow clones in tandem with the Byakugan, which drain his chakra considerably. And yeah. So they on their way back to the Leaf Village. Naruto basically was like, well, I don't want to the Byakugan kind of drain. I'm gonna say Naruto basically was like, the Byakugan kind of drains a lot of chakra, and like it's a good ability, but I'm gonna save it. So he basically asks the third, like when they get back to the village before he goes to the compound, he basically asks the third, can like a medical ninja, take the eyes and put them in a jar for Naruto to keep for right now. So he does that. Naruto, cause like I'm gonna say Naruto doesn't have his original eyes now. His eyes are black. Yeah, they're black. I don't know. I just want them to be black. Leave me alone. So yeah, Naruto's eyes are now black. So Naruto gets back to the compound and senses that Haku and Zabuza are actively moving around in there. So he gets there, and I'm gonna say Zabuza appears, and I'm gonna say Sakura and Karin gets like getting ready to attack him, and Naruto's like, nah, at least not yet. So he basically tells, like, he's talking to Zabuza. I'm gonna say like Naruto ushers like Zabuza in a different direction, and this is where I'm gonna be ending this part off. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, drop a like. If y'all enjoy my content, please subscribe. Man, being a YouTuber is tiring. I don't see how though. All I do is sit in my fucking room and talk on the phone all day. Anyway, I'm gonna be dropping a link for my Discord down below. It's gonna be a top pinned comment. Anyway, so yeah, peace out.